Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing an unboxing and review for the HG Build Custom Ballistic Weapons set. So this is the latest and possibly the last HG weapon set we're going to get from Build Fighters. Don't know, but it's the last one that we know of at the moment anyway. Looks pretty cool. There's some interesting stuff in there in this box. This set, or like a lot of the stuff in this set, was used in the Battle Log episode featuring the Origins Char Zaku 2. Cool kit. I have that kit, of course, here on hand, so I'll try out some of this stuff with that kit as well as some other kits. It's also pictured here with a couple other Origins kits, Origin Zaku 1 and a high mobility type Zaku there as well. So obviously this stuff is going to work for pretty much anything though. You can use it pretty versatilely. So here on the bottom of the box, you can see this is number 31 in the line of these weapon sets. On the side, you can see exactly what you're going to be getting in here. A couple of like spear-shaped weapons, or a spear, axe sort of thing, and then a sort of handgun, a larger kind of rifle looking weapon, as well as a connection piece for that, and then a small little funnel rack, as well as 3 little open funnels that you can use with this. So I'm guessing this isn't going to come with any effect parts to actually have those like in use, sort of like the HGBC Yakudoga, how that does come with some weapon or some clear effect parts for that. This obviously isn't going to have that. So again, here just showing you some different examples of that stuff in use. On the other side, we can see the list price for this was 600 yen, so not too expensive. And on the back of the box, we have some other stuff here as well, just kind of showing some more details about that. Here it actually shows the name of some of the weapons, but obviously covered up a lot here by this sticker. But it's Funnel Pod, the W Beam Tomahawk is what that big main weapon is there, I guess. And some other stuff, but let's just go ahead and open this up. And that is it, just 2 small gray runners. So I gotta say, first impression is that's not really a lot for 600 yen. Granted, 600 yen is not that much, but if you're getting this outside of Japan or Korea or something, then you're not gonna be paying probably more close to like 10 bucks for this. And considering you can get like a full high grade for about that same amount, I don't know, we'll have to see though. But it does look like some cool stuff, so that will sometimes trump the cost worthiness of it. So here we can see what the runners are. They're actually runners E1 and E2. So what those were originally with, I'm not sure, but we'll see here. So there's the construction of the different weapons, and on other sets it did say what the name of the weapons are, like as you're building it. Shows you here in the instructions, but in this case it doesn't really say. But there's that Beam Tomahawk. So I guess that's actually like the closed form, and then open up. This is supposed to be beams, I guess, but no beam effect parts in this. I haven't actually watched Battle Log yet, to be honest, so I haven't seen this actually in use, this stuff in use. But then we have the larger kind of rifle parts here, which looks really interesting in the way that's constructed. It looks quite interesting indeed. All right, and then just mounting that stuff. It looks like you can plug this, like fold it up onto the back of the Zaku, which is pretty cool. Just how to mount that stuff in hand, and then you can also mount this rifle onto the backpack of the Char Zaku 2 as well. Also very nice. So for the runners themselves, here is runner E1. It's just kind of in a standard gray, but interestingly, the runner marking for this is for the HG 144 scale reversible Gundam, as well as the HG 144 scale ballistic weapons. So this runner also comes with the reversible Gundam, I guess. Actually, that I'm planning on unboxing that just right after this, so I guess I'll see as soon as I unbox that kit. And the runner E2 is just some more of the parts of that. This runner is labeled just only for the ballistic weapons, so this one is going to be specific for this kit only. All looks pretty nice, nicely detailed, everything, all of that. A little bit of hollow space there on the back of this connection piece for connecting that to the backpack. But let me get this all snapped up and let's see how it's going to look on some kits. Okay, so here it is what everything is going to look like when it's all put together, and put together in this way, I should say. There's a lot of different stuff that you can do with this kit. So I gotta say, I really like this kit quite a lot actually. I think it is definitely got a lot of very versatile stuff in there, stuff that you could use, especially with the gun and the kind of long spear beam heat hawk. A lot of mixing and matching you can do with some of those parts, so I'll show you all of that here in just a minute. But as you can see, everything is pretty nicely detailed. I think different from the Jim weapons that I not complained, but pointed out that those were a little bit overly detailed. I thought these have a pretty nice amount of detail that these should be able to go with a large variety of kits. I think they do, just based on kind of their looks, you will be able to tell like which kits they'll go a little bit better with more in particular. But this is a set I think you could get a lot of uses out of, so definitely worth checking out. So let's check out these little parts individually and see what everything does. Okay, so first up is the funnel rack. So this doesn't do anything, it doesn't open up or anything, but you can see some nice vent details there on the back. We can see our 3 stored funnels inside, and then this connects via these 2 pegs, which should look very familiar if you've built a Origin Zaku 2, because they fit here onto the shoulder armor. So that does make this particular weapon very specific for this kit, but I think you could very easily just modify this by just adding a peg or something adding to this. Shouldn't be very difficult to be able to stick this onto pretty much everything. You could just get really simple with it, just clip those pegs and just glue it straight onto pretty much any flat surface. You won't really have a problem with that, but as it is meant pretty specifically for this, but it looks alright. I think it fits the look pretty well. I'm not really too big of a fan of funnels on a Zaku 2, but hey. It does also come with 3 open funnels. Now these are really nicely designed, but unfortunately no effect parts included for them, so you'll just have to use something that looks like about a 3mm kind of normal sized peg hole there, so you'll have to find maybe some 3mm clear plastic rod, and you could use that pretty simply, I guess, if you wanted to make some effect parts for this. Or again, if you don't care about it being clear, you could just cut off a bit of runner and then just use a hairdryer to melt that to shape it into like a curved shape or something like that to make an effect part for this. Really not the most difficult thing to do. So as these are just straight out of the box, you can't do a whole lot really with them, but they could definitely be useful with just a little bit of extra work. Then we have the handgun. Pretty simple. You can see this handle will fold up inside there and then fold back. Folding up inside, and there's a big empty space there, but that is actually because this is actually the exact same handgun from the reversible Gundam. So we'll be reviewing that kit for you guys next, but I did snap that up today, so I do know that this is the same parts from that. It's the same handgun. So actually that big gap is there is due to where another piece connects into that on the reversible Gundam. But otherwise, there's nothing really else to this. You can't really attach this onto anywhere else. It just has to be handheld by whatever mobile suit you end up giving this to. I think this definitely has a little bit more of like a 00 kind of vibe to it, so I think that's probably what this particular weapon would probably go best with. Next we have this giant beam tomahawk. It's quite long. As you can see with the 1/144 scale Zaku here, it's definitely going to be very long. But you can actually shorten it up by just removing this middle section here and just having it just like that, so I think that makes this definitely a little bit more easy to wield. But if you were looking for something really dramatic, you can have it at its full length. Overall, nice design and details on this. The head is made up of just like the one main part, and then the 2 side parts just connect onto there. So you can see the little connection points there on one side. This other little hole here is meant so you can take this apart, and you see this peg there will plug into that. So it's actually folded up like so. Then you can take this little connector piece, connect that onto there, and then you're meant to connect this onto the back skirt of the Zaku like that. So again, you can plug that onto pretty much anything. Again, I think that's just a standard 3mm peg, so you can plug that onto many kits that have that connection point. So it's actually a very useful adapter to be included with that. And between that weapon and this big cannon, we do have some kind of swappable parts. So this is kind of what the cannon is meant to look like just as it is. This front part here, it's kind of hard to tell which is the top and which is the bottom, but you can tell by this handle here on the side. This one handle here on the side of it is the only handle that it has. It doesn't have any other fold down handle or anything like that. This part here at the front can slide in and out. You can extend that out or back and out. Then here on the back of the gun, this part is actually an alternative part that you can use for this weapon. You can use this guy instead, and it makes this nice spear. This did have a couple of safety flags on the end of there. I went ahead and cut those off, and you can actually open this up as well. You can open at this maximum width up to there. The back side, I wish there was another piece to put over the top of that, so that would be covered up, unfortunately. But from this side, it looks good. This side, it looks decent. I think maybe throwing some putty in there at least to fill in that space in the center would probably do some good. But again, when not in use, you can have this making up the back half of your cannon there. Then we also have this piece underneath here. Now this piece actually folds down like that, and as it is on the gun, it doesn't really serve much use. You can see there's this little claw here. This opens up. As it is on this thing, it's not really useful for much of anything. This again is also parts from the reversible Gundam, but you can attach this onto the end of the staff as well. So actually if you don't care about the back of it looking like that, you can actually use the extension piece for that, and then use the main piece, which has a nicer looking end to it, for this weapon, and then you can have another weapon which is just kind of like a little claw on a hook kind of thing. Or use that one on this, or however you want to switch it around, or whatever. Or because this connection is the same as this connection, you can connect this onto here. And then you could connect that into the back of the cannon like that and have a cannon with a really super long spear at the back of it or something. Anyway, you get my point that you can get very, very creative with this. But wait, because the fun doesn't end there, you do also have this connection piece. And this will allow you to plug this onto the backpack and turn this cannon, if I can find the correct orientation for that, into a big hunkin' over-the-shoulder cannon. And you can do that like that. So on pretty much most of the Zaku kits from Gundam the Origin, they mostly have that, the Zaku 2s I should say, mostly have that connection there on the backpack. There's one on the left and right side. It's for connecting the bazooka onto the backpack there. But in this case, now you can use it for this as well. I'm not really too convinced on that. It's okay, but I think this is better off just kept as a handheld weapon. But maybe if you don't like it on that kit, again, you can use that for connecting this onto other things as well. As you can see, there's a connection point on both the left and the right side, so you do have that option. So overall, very cool sets. Definitely happy with this. Not sure at the moment if I could say that I would definitely go out and buy another one like right away. If I have a use for it, I definitely wouldn't have a problem buying another one of these sets for sure. There's plenty of stuff in there that you can use, especially if you want to like double up the pistols or double up the funnel racks. If you wanted to have like one of those on each side, there's a lot of different things you could do. And like I showed you guys with the versatility of the weapons, there's also a lot of different custom combinations that you can make with those. So definitely could warrant buying more than one of this set, but at least buy one. Check it out, and you can use it for a lot of different HG stuff. Like I said, I think the look of them, you can use them with a lot of different things. A lot of these weapons aren't really super specific in kind of what you could get away with them looking good with. So with that, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Always love hearing from you guys. If you do have any other questions as well, you can leave those down there also. Again, big thank you to USA Gundam Store. Check the link down below to check out their site. And thank you to you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Hey! Thanks for watching, guys. Remember, if you want to check the kit out for yourself, you can head over to USA Gundam Store. Use that coupon code ZakuAurelius10. Save yourself 10%. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.